the story of Mase had to come out of his pocket. I don't really know the logistics of that, but from what I know, because I have to preference that from what I know, right?
All right.
From what I know, they was in a group. It was a group of people. You get what I'm saying? It's like this, Big Face. We walk to the store right now, grab a beer, grab a fucking Hennessy, right?
Okay.
We find 5 random kids. What are you gonna give them? $1 million? And he turns out to be the next Drake. You can give him $1 million right now if you had it. We're gonna give him $1 million right now because a year from now he be the next Drake. We don't know that. That nigga could be the next Father MC. And right. If Father MC was dope, but what I'm saying is no diss to him. But what I'm saying is, I like Father MC.
Yeah, I like Father MC. That's why. No. Father MC.
That's why I don't like. That's why. Now check it out. That's why I don't like interviews like giving references to people because niggas take they name as example. They take it too far, right?
Where does the record label get the
bro? We don't know, bro. If we walk to the store, we don't know we finding the next Drake. Now, granted, we hit it. We found the next Drake. Do we know that going to the store right now? No. So now, what we gonna give? What we gonna give the next Drake if we don't know? We gonna give him what he got. We gonna believe him. We gonna like his music stuff, right? But we gonna give him the mother load and not with no knowledge of anything in return. It's all a gamble. It's all a risk. Mace it wouldn't have been no headline if Mace lost his $5,000. Nobody would have said nothing because Mace wouldn't have said nothing. So it would just been nothing. But guess what? He would have still been 5,000 less richer. But nobody cares about that.
You know what's so funny? One thing about me,
and it's not juicy. It's not
I talk a lot of shit, but then I'm educated. So once this man just broke this down in Cardi, it's not bad. About 10, but. Because when you lose all the way. Ain't nobody talking about your $5,000.
I don't sue Gary. I don't sue Cardan, whoever. I don't sue them.
Now, I want to move forward.
One time. Ready? I head up and glow. I say, yo, glow, what up? He said, boy, you tough as fuck. Enough's enough. It's time to level up. Don't play, go harder now. What you do? Switch name, bitches. You on Cardan now. Fuck these niggas raw with a sick dick. 100 on the drum. Oh, that's the big clip. I might take your bitch out on a picnic. Oh my God.
So yo, G, one of the other things I wanted to mention with this young man Dizzle is that when I was working with him heavily, and it was a privilege to do that, we did. I believe I brought him to you. I believe, and I believe you gave him a shot at doing a ghostwriter song for ODB.
Yes.
And I forgot who did the beat. But my bro.
It probably was Bula.
No, it was Grease.
It was Grease?
Grease did it.
It was Bula.
Killed that shit in like 2 days. Like
Grease did it. Yeah, I remember working with Bula. All right, so you know what? For everybody that don't know, this guy Cuddy. So at a time, man, right before the Rock went, I don't want to say dismantle because that sound like it comes off bad, but essentially
we folded, man. I'm with the Rock.
No, but I want to say right before that, right around the Dipset time, right around, it was still half because I remember Big Face. I did some shit with before we get into that. So Cuddy, right? Obviously these guys are good friends, right? So Big Face was in the offices. Y'all seen him on the Yeezy. Y'all seen him on Yeezus like a few times. Yeah. I was on there a little bit, but right. So obviously Big Face was in the building, right? So Cardi was like, man, yo, Cardi, I fuck with you. You know what I mean? I like the music that you make, man, and I think I want to help you. So he, his friends, which was Big Face, which was essentially Rockefeller Records. Yes, all right. So I feel like at a time it was about to go down. I was making songs. I was kind of incorporating things. Good songs. So we did ODB, and this is the time ODB got out. Y'all seen his doc on MTV, right? And he got the rock chain. I think Dame. Somebody, I don't know if y'all went to pick him up. I'm not sure about that. Right. So he came in the studio. Yep. Mariah Dame. So he in the studio. So I wrote a song for ODB. Crazy. So now just imagine. So I want y'all to understand this. Imagine writing a song for ODB. Now, like. Good luck, my nigga. Because what makes him him is the shit that we don't.
He was crazy.
We don't think of, right? He's like a Nori to me. ODB. They like the shit that makes them. you don't think, you can't think of, right? So we did the song, right? So remember I said earlier, I prefer to be in the studio with the artist.
Yes, you said
so. To vocal coach it, to make sure, because I don't like just writing a song and then you just take it on your own and it don't come out the way I wrote it. I'd rather you nail it. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you nail it how I did it. You know what I'm saying? To get the best product, right? So I remember being in the session at Sony and ODB was there. For real, y'all probably forgot about that. Remember we did a lot of Chris and me freestyles?
I remember that. We used to do that all day.
I still got some of them joints on CD. Yeah. I ultimately formed me and Petey is actually friends. Yeah. I go out Philly, fuck with Petey.
You got that sometime?
That's what I got, man.
I know that.
I haven't been there in a long time, but
he should have been blew up, but it's different.
Nah, he's somebody like me, but he had more opportunity.
Yeah. He
had more opportunity, but you know, what they call it is like unsung. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like, you know, it's kind of like unsung, right? So it's like, yo, my nigga, damn, you know, and this happens in all facets of music. And I feel like, I do feel like PD is one of them. I feel like Young Chris is one of them.
Nah, PD misses beat. I always thought
like Young Chris is one of them.
It's just a little tough at that time. So
nah, and you know, a lot of things that people don't know, man, and this is a good time to ramble, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of times people don't know is with the industry, man, it changes, right? Right? It does change, right? So we got a lot of drill stuff happening. It's, you know what I mean? It changes, right? So it's like trying to, you know, get in at the right. It's all timing, though.
Like you double.
You get what I'm saying? And I feel like I don't think we talked about this earlier. I just feel like so you know the story about being in the game early, right?
All right.
So I feel like, yo, as you grow up in it and you spend 20 years in it as a kid, you get jaded. It's not the same. Some days you wake up and you don't want to write nothing.
Yeah.
You feel like how you feel. Like, yo, I should be you know, I should be in a different space in life. You know what I'm saying? So hold on. So you kick yourself down, right? Then some days you get up. You might get a placement, right? You might get a fucking Cardi B placement. Then you feel really good about life. 30, 40 you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So is there a difference between writer's block and uninspired?
What do you mean?
Because I'm feeling like you saying sometimes you don't feel like doing it. So I would consider that.
That ain't writer's block though. That ain't writer's block.
That's what I'm saying. So there's a difference in your opinion.
Yeah. That's not writer's block. Writer's block is when you just can't you want to write, but you just can't come up with nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You ever had that before?
You did that before?
Man, on both spectrums. I've never really had writer's block though, because, and this is another thing these kids gotta know.